I sort of have an internal motivator, and I mean it comes from, I guess, my upbringing with my mother and my aunts and my grandmother in particular. Just kind of seeing them, trailblaze and go out and do things, and things that typically, during their time that women didn't necessarily do. That I'm from a family of very strong women, teachers, and so from that standpoint, just thinking of, I guess, how they, did things and went about doing things. There were a few strong men in our family, but definitely there was a group of very strong women that just kind of took charge, and the men kind of followed suit, to kind of keep the peace in the family. So definitely those internal motivators, things that I observed as I was growing up with my family. And so then my family, too, is a part of my motivation that, I want to make sure that we lay the groundwork for them to be successful. And so, at the end of the day, if it's a difficult day, I remember my why. And, a lot of it is centered around family. I just like being, I, I don't know. I just feel comfortable in my skin. I think at one point in my life, maybe I didn't so much. Women we have so many things that are coming at us. From a beauty standpoint, from being assertive, being intelligent, being a strong, especially African American woman. But I think that I'm at a point in my life where I'm finally comfortable in my skin, my size, my look, everything. And so for me, that I think coming to a point where I have embraced myself as who I am and not what other people have told me I should be. Oh, wow. Oh, living a fulfilling life. I would say definitely, if I could speak to my younger self, I would say discipline, more discipline, even more education. I mean, I feel like I have empowered myself with information, but I haven't necessarily always applied that information. And so that would be one of those things, the discipline, and then, applying the information and being even more of having a more go get it kind of attitude, taking a few more risks. Um, I've always sort of been risk averse. And so, now I'm saying, well, God, if I had done that, back then how much further would I be? And I mean, it's not to say that I'm not comfortable with where I am today, but, I'm always aspiring to go further, not just in my career, but even in my personal and professional development. Theme song for life. I would have to say it might change on any given day, depending on um, where I am, what I need, what space I'm in. Definitely, I would have to say, as a general rule, my go-to is Christian music. I could tell you more who my artists are as opposed to a specific song. So when I need encouragement, Fred Hammond, and not new Fred Hammond, some of the old stuff. Um, any given day, it could be Yolanda Adams, um, Shirley Caesar. I remember in particular there was a incident that I was having difficulty with at work, and I had packed up my things and I was going home, and I just was, it was just one of those kind of days, a defining moment. And I got in my car, got on the freeway, turned the music on, turned the radio on, and Shirley Caesar, he's working it out for you. I almost hollered. And as I was on my way home, something said, "Girl, go back to the office and finish out the day." But I was having one of those moments, and I mean, I think those are real kinds of events and things that kind of happen to us. And you have everybody has something different, and mine is primarily gospel music. Um, and there's not a time that I could tell you that when I've been in a certain space that I haven't been able to find some type of music that really spoke to me to the point where it encouraged me to keep going or to do something different. But definitely, those are my three go-tos: Fred Hammond, Yolanda Adams, and Shirley Caesar. Think about I think about empowerment. I think about having the capacity to believe that if it can be done, it can be done by a woman. Um, and so, I know our parents and maybe some of our grandparents, we left a lot of things to men to do. And even when I talk to young people today, lots of girls don't believe that they can be business owners. They don't believe that they can be the CEO of a company. They don't believe that they can be, anything beyond. I mean, and it's sad to say that, people still have this kind of, I call it thinking today, that, they should be the secretary or they should be this or they should be, they should relegate themselves to a certain role that I guess someone has defined as being befitting of a woman. And so for me, it's that thought of, I can do anything. I can do everything. And so it doesn't matter that I am a woman. I just happen to be a woman. And there's a lot that I bring to the table that a man, can't bring. And so, from that standpoint, I think about that feeling of empowering, being empowered to do things that anybody could do. I just happen to come in the form of a woman. And so there's some certain things, certain ingredients that I bring to the table that maybe somebody else that's not a woman, might not